Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, Editor-in-Chief of Total Retail. I am joined on today's episode by Ranu Coleman, the Chief Marketing Officer of Azazie. And Ranu and I are going to be discussing a little bit about Ranu's mobile app and how it's engaging its bridal shoppers in that channel. So thanks for joining me today, Ranu.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So to get us started, I wanted you to tell our audience a little bit about Azazie for those that aren't yet familiar with the company.
So Azazie is I would say, leading direct-to-consumer e-tailer. We sell bridal gowns, bridesmaids dresses, mother of the bride, flower girl, accessories. We're really a one-stop shop for all of your kind of bridal needs. We offer very high-quality gowns. For us, affordability and affordable price points are a big part of our company. We also have a very extensive product selection. So we have over 200 bridal gowns, I believe 400 bridal party dresses, and all of our bridal party dresses, most of them are offered in over 80 colors. And we're also very committed to body positive fashion. We were one of the first in the bridal industry to offer all of our dresses from sizes 0 to 30.
Great. So that's provides a good overview of the brand for our audience. How about you personally, Ranu? Can you tell us a little bit about your professional background and your current role at Azazie?
Yeah. So as far as myself and my role, for the last 15 years, I've worked in fashion apparel and beauty, mostly in the marketing capacity. And I have been with Azazie now for close to 5 years. For them, I really lead the marketing team and the marketing efforts. I'm responsible for kind of implementing the company growth strategy, driving revenue, and definitely awareness of Azazie's product offerings, and really kind of coming up with ideas in terms of engaging consumers with our brand. We're also really heavily focused right now on spearheading our positioning across social media, influencer strategy, and definitely new product launches.
So as I alluded to earlier, I wanted to talk about what Azazie is doing with its mobile app to make it such a core part of its business, and tell us a little bit about the experience that customers who download the app can expect.
Yeah. So, the majority of our customers are between the ages of 18 and 34. So it's a largely Gen Z and millennial demographic that we cater to. Our customer, they want immediate gratification. They tend to be extremely savvy when it comes to shopping, and they also want everything right now. So our customer is more receptive to brands reaching out to them via mobile for marketing, and which is definitely why mobile is such a large part of our strategy. We see a higher conversion rate in general through things like SMS marketing because it's so immediate versus, scrolling through your email. And we also send out push notifications to kind of alert our customers about new offerings. And we've found that over 70% of our customer demographic is very open to kind of consuming their marketing in that way. So our app strategy itself is all about kind of creating a community with your bridal party. So once you download the app, you can start browsing, the dresses on your app. You can save them to your favorites and then save them to your personal showroom. And then you can share it with your bridal party, your mom, your friends, whoever, who they can offer their thoughts on every dress by tapping like or the pass button. So after you kind of narrow down your favorites, you can bring the bridal boutique to you by selecting 1 to 3 dresses that you can try on at home. And overall, what we're trying to do is the experience is just very seamless for the bride. It's saving them time, it's saving them money, so they don't have to get their entire bridal party in a room to get this kind of real-time feedback from their bridal party. They can do it all through the app.
Yeah, and I would imagine for those, and particularly for bridal parties where people may be out of town, or this is an easy way to collect that feedback to kind of keep everyone engaged as well.
Yes, absolutely. And so much these days, you have like a bridal party where They're literally all over the country. So we find brides just love this feature because it's just so much easier for them. And it's very like community friendly.
Yep, that community is a big part of it. Obviously, it's such a special experience and moment in your customers' lives. So that community aspect is really important. My question follow-up is, what are you doing to make consumers that are going through this buying process aware? What are you of the app? What are you doing to kind of drive downloads? How are you getting that messaging out there?
Yeah, so we focus heavily on marketing the app through social media and definitely our kind of overall Google ad strategy. I think for Google, it helps us reach obviously like a very broad audience of potential new customers. So we're always kind of trying to educate them on our app and get them to download it. And then for our social media channels, people in general, especially on Instagram, our customers who are following us are very engaged. So I think both of those channels are really important for us to increase downloads and kind of promote the app overall. Our app also has just a great reputation in the industry, so we try to promote that pretty heavily. For example, Brides had listed Azazie as one of the top 5 wedding dress apps this year. It was pretty funny. They actually referred to the app as the Tinder of wedding dresses because you can, just mainly because of the variety and how much product we have. We have just like hundreds and hundreds to go through. And then the bridal party is also the bridal industry, it's very referral based. So if your customer has had a great experience using the app, she will definitely be likely to recommend the app to other people. So those are kind of the different channels we go through in terms of getting people to download the app.
Yeah. You talked about some of the different ways that the app users are interacting with Azazie. From a brand perspective, I would imagine you're collecting a lot of data about those experiences, your customers' behaviors. Tell us, one, about that data collection process, and two, what you're really learning about customers as they interact on the Azazie app.
Yeah, it's interesting. The app in itself provides just so much customer behavior data, and so many valuable insights into like the customer's activity. A lot of it that we're looking at are things like browsing patterns and click-through rates. For example, we've noticed that the best time for us to send emails or an SMS message or a push notification is around 30 to 40 days after a customer installs our app, because we've noticed that that's when the customer is closer to making their purchase decision. Um, so that's been pretty valuable for us just in terms of timing. We've also found that iPhone users usually have a higher lifetime value and they interact more with the app than users who are using Android phones. Um, I think also looking at a customer's browsing pattern, it really helps us narrow down where we should be focusing on optimizing the app. And it helps us understand kind of what products that they're most interested in so we can send them, appropriate targeted kind of follow-up messaging around those specific products.
Is there an example that you could share, Ranu, around how you're leveraging the data that you've collected through the app to improve the customer experience? And it could be from community to product to some sort of other element of the customer experience. Anything that you might be able to cite?
Yeah, we use a lot of the data we get specifically around sessions and browsing patterns and kind of how much a customer is interacting with the brand to sort of continuously improve the user interface of the app. So recently, one of the things we've been doing is we've been making efforts on improving the add to cart rate and the checkout rate. And what we're doing is sort of optimizing the overall page layout, and we're trying to build a more kind of user friendly interface. That became a huge focus for us recently when we started studying these customer browsing patterns. We noticed that the customer was having issues at checkout. So I think being able to really see how they're interacting with the app and looking at this um, helps us figure out areas that we need to be pinpointing, if that makes sense, and areas that we need to be focused on when it comes to like improving the overall like functionality of our app.
When you look at that overall functionality of the app and how you can continue to improve upon the customer experience, tell us a little bit about what's in the works or what could be in the kind of coming next from Azazie as it relates to the mobile app experience.
Yeah, our team is, I would say, very focused on, well, for one, providing the best user experience, and offering kind of a more smooth like surfing and purchasing experience. We're definitely focused on making our search more efficient and also our detailed display. We're also exploring virtual try-on features so our customers can really envision the dress on their own body. We have one right now called Try It On, and it's kind of where customers can see how the dress will look based on their like skin tone and body type. But what we really want to find is one where you can upload an actual picture of yourself and see how these different dresses will look on you versus a similar body type. So we're constantly kind of testing new technologies. And one thing we do a lot monthly is we survey our customers to find out what they want to see from the app. I think surveying them has been key just overall in terms of our decision making, kind of regarding what we're going to launch next. And one of those big things was the something like a try it on feature, but that was more realistic. So that's definitely something that we're focused on right now.
And are you finding that most of your customers is one, I guess I should ask for the kind of a baseline. Is the app commerce enabled? So can you purchase through the app?
Yes, yeah, you can.
Are you finding that customers are purchasing through it, or are they using, maybe it's both, or are they using it more as as kind of an education tool and that community aspect, and then they're purchasing via the direct to consumer website or other channels?
Yeah, it's definitely being used more for the community tool. I think for one, it's just a really easy user experience in terms of like going through the dresses through the app. But I think for sure it's more around our virtual showroom, our at-home try-on program, all of those features is really what the customer is gravitating towards in terms of the app.
Great. Well, I want to take the opportunity to thank Ranu Coleman, the Chief Marketing Officer of Azazie, for joining us on this episode of Total Retail Talks and telling us all about the Bridal brand's mobile application. So thank you, Ranu.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, please check out our podcast channel page at mytotalretail.com/podcasts for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify. Make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a few moments to rate and review this podcast. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.